Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to come and talk about Mariah Huq down to Carlos King's podcast, YouTube show. Yeah, she did another interview with Carlos King, and I just want to start off by saying Mariah looks great. Girl, Mariah really does. Shout out to Stacy. I think it was Stacy. Mariah really does look just like she did when she first started the show. She probably looked better. Girl, quiet as this kept. Girl, that stress gone now. Mariah looks good. Mariah looks actually great. Okay? Still got personality. Still quick with it. Girl, still reading the girls. Okay? Girl, she really want, she really want a piece of? She really want a piece of Phaedra. Girl, not like she want a piece of Dr. Jackie, because Dr. Jackie is really on her hit list. But I think she want like she want to do a little tongue tussle with Phaedra on TV, because she gonna throw some shade at Phaedra. But anyways, she has a new studio. It's called Sleek Studios. It's nice. There are areas where you can get your makeup done, areas where you can shoot your show if you want to do a podcast, places where you can have meetings. But it's only membership. It's membership only. I know that's right. But things that it ain't no walk-ins over here, baby. It's membership only. And I think she owns the building. Yes. I'm not even mad at it. I know it's probably never gonna happen, but I really want Mariah back on the show. Like, do y'all know how much mess Mariah and Quad, I'm just saying, in my world, I know this is not gonna happen, but in my world, if I could bring anybody back, I would bring back Quad and Mariah. And girl, I would let the chips fall where they may. And I would sit down with Quad and Mariah, and I would tell them, y'all need to have a conversation, and y'all need to make up. And I want y'all to go into this next season, and I want y'all to cause so much chaos and confusion. And I want everybody to be on y'all hit list. But it's only gonna be able to work if y'all can come to some type of agreement, some type of, like, we need y'all to get this friendship together. At least for this season. Like, I would love to see Mariah and Quad back together next season. Girl, it's just, I'm talking about just HELL on wheels. Girl, just tag teaming all them girls. Girl, it would be epic TV. Girl, them girls would be running around like a chicken with their head cut off. Can you imagine Mariah and Quad back together next season? Gonna turn them girls up. Girl, y'all know Dr. Heavenly is my girl. Dr. Heavenly would be, girl, running around, girl, wig just she wouldn't know what to do. Dr. Heavenly wouldn't know what to do. Simone would be in the corner rocking back and forth. Jackie will probably quit mid-season. Okay? Jackie will probably quit as soon as Mariah walked through the door. I just wish, it just goes to show that it is true that sometimes these networks don't do what's best for the show. And even the girls don't do what's best for the show. Because what's best for the show is to bring Quad and Mariah back. That's what's best for the show. And honestly, I don't think that Mariah has said anything that's so damaging where a return to Married to Medicine is just impossible. Now, it would be different if she was on some Nene Leakes type of stuff. Hello? I haven't seen Mariah really say anything that will put a period at the end of her relationship with Bravo. I feel like it's a ... Nene is probably a period girl with a lock. Cement, nails. Oh! Anyways, Mariah, she created Married to Medicine. The only thing she didn't create was the name. Other than that, she did everything herself. Everything. Picked the ladies, shot the first 3 shows. Like, Mariah did that thing. And I think she was the first black woman to do what she did, like create a show and all that stuff. So shout out to Mariah. I think she said it was originally going to be called Dr. Wives Club. And then I think she said something about unmedical. She said it was originally picked up by TLC. And then once other people started hearing about the show being picked up, then other networks wanted the show. And then she said that's when Bravo came in, and then she eventually went with Bravo. She said she was trying to do 2 shows at once. I know that's right, baby. Mariah said she was trying to do 2 shows. Just try to switch them up a little bit, right? Have one show on Bravo, one show on TLC. But TLC said, no, if you're not going to come and be on the show, we don't want it. So she was going to try to do Bravo with her and then do like another little show on TLC. and TLC found out, like, no. She said she receives a cute coin from Bravo, but she's not happy with her pay. It should be more. But she said nonetheless she still receives a cute coin. But she should be getting paid what she's worth, and she doesn't think that she's getting paid what she's worth. But it's nothing that she's going to sit down and just harp on, because she feels like if you put too much focus on what you should be paid, you can start to get mad and it just puts you in this. So she just doesn't think about it. But she said the coin is still cute. She talks about her contract being up, with her talent contract being up. And that's what I've been trying to tell y'all. The girls don't like to listen. Bravo, they were using, and they still do it to this day, they were using the girls to do their dirty work. And one thing I will agree with Carlos King, he said this before, girl, I don't do all of that trying to like, ice somebody out. Girl, if I'm done with you, or we feel like you no longer needed for the show, girl, we just let you go. You know what I'm saying? Those are not his exact words, but that's what he said. So the whole icing out, and he said he said this in a previous interview, I think with Quad, or either the last, I think it was with Quad he said that. I can't remember, but he said it not in this interview, but another interview. But she said her contract was up. Her talent contract. She had 2 different contracts. The talent contract was up. They used the girls to basically push her out, ice her out. Bravo didn't even have to bring her back because her talent contract was up. They could have just said, okay, girl, we done. But they wanted to push her out. They used the girls to push her out to make it seem as though basically, I guess she just didn't fit in with the group anymore. And the girls pretty much got in line with what Bravo wanted to do. And that's what I mean when I say, when you think about like Real Housewives of Atlanta, how Candy will go to bat for someone, right? Kenya may go to bat for someone. Nene may go to bat for someone and say, no, we need this person on the show. When it was time, when more than likely, when they caught wind that Bravo wasn't going to bring them back, and they also used the girls to push Mariah out, they didn't go to bat for Mariah. They just said, okay. Nobody stood up and said, no, we need Mariah for the show. She said she was more hurt by the girls than the actual like producers. And I get it. Because I can guarantee you, if they would have stood up and said, we need Mariah for the show, it's kind of like with Heavenly. When she told them, we need Quad. We need Quad. I think this was last season or the season before last. I can't do this by myself. And then, girl, Quad popped back up. So I don't think that the girls don't have firing power, but I do believe that if they go to them and say, girl, the show is going to be a shit show, I do believe that they take their words into consideration. And I think that's what Mariah is hurt, because when I was on the chopping block, ain't none of y'all heifers basically come to my rescue. And y'all knew, and she says they knew what was going on behind the scenes with Bravo. And that's probably part of the reason why they didn't come to Mariah's rescue because they saw how they was trying to get rid of Mariah. So if they'll get rid of Mariah, then they'll get rid of me too. If they'll get rid of the bitch who created this whole shit, girl, they'll definitely get rid of me. I do think that Mariah, girl, I gotta tug on your wig a little bit too, Mariah Huq. Mariah, you trying to make it seem as though you was going around there saying, oh, this is called Married to Mariah, and throwing little digs as a way to get to Bravo. Now, she did say that she would say it sometimes to be shady to the girls, but Mariah, you have to take some of it too, because if you steady going around town telling the girls this is Married to Mariah, even if they know what's going on behind the scenes, you have to realize how that could still make them feel. Yes, you brought me, yes, you brought me onto your show. Yes, I'm now a reality star. Yes, I'm getting paid a lot of money. But girl, you can't keep throwing in my face, girl, this is Married to Mariah. So I think that Mariah needs to try to look at it from that standpoint also. She says that someone told her that I guess the network wanted her to basically be the nail in Mariah's coffin. Come to find out, it was Dr. Simone. Baby, Dr. Simone. Dr. Simone is the one who, girl, I don't know, girl. Because Dr. Simone sounds like she had her hands in the cookie jar. She said she was most disappointed by Dr. Simone because she says her allegiance was to Dr. Simone. She said Dr. Simone was the one who brought her kids into this world, and I think her sister's kids, and her aunt was Dr. Simone's nanny. So she said Dr. Simone was really like, you know, she had love for Dr. Simone. Dr. Simone, it sound like you're a little sneaky. She said she believes Quad when Quad says that. Dr. Simone said, if I basically, remember she said something along the lines of, Toya, if I'm friends with you, if I'm cool with you, if I side with you, Toya, gonna be mad at me? She's upset about Quad saying that she did a little cocaine. She's very upset about that. I would be upset too, but like I said, girl, at the end of the day, girl, y'all was boasting up there, girl, throwing dirt at each other. You said that, I'm sorry, you said that Quad slept with slept with your sister's husband and had his shirt on and she smelled like his cologne, and then she responded and said, that's why you do cocaine. That's literally what happened. That's literally what happened. Quad said, you lying, stop saying I'm going around here, I slept with your sister's husband, stop lying, and then, girl, she said, you do coke. Girl, that was an order. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying, girl, y'all both up here slanging dirt on each other's name. It's just that Mariah, you thought you was gonna get away with just saying Mariah was a hoe, and that Quad was a hoe, and you didn't think Quad was gonna go to the gutter and say you was a cokehead, basically. And when she did, your ass was shocked because she took it to the gutter. Even though some people will also say, going around saying that a woman slept with a married man is also taking it to the gutter, because we're not gonna sit here and act like we don't know how women who there's a rumor about a woman sleeping with a married man, how she's treated. She did say that Dr. Heavenly saying that Quad lived with her was a lie. I told y'all, Dr. Heavenly got that bad. I'm not calling Dr. Heavenly a liar, but Dr. Heavenly has it bad repeating stuff that either somebody told her or she probably got half of the story. Because remember, she said that Quad used to live with Mariah. Quad said that was a lie. Mariah came out and said that was a lie. Mariah said, basically, what type of bitch you think I am to let a big booty bitch like Quad come stay in my house? She ain't say it that way, but she said, I'm a married woman. She said, you think I'm about to have a woman come stay in my house? Girl, on some real shit. And on top of that, girl, we know Dr. Aiden, girl, had a little community dick too. You know Dr. Aiden cheated on Mariah. She told us on the show. So I don't see Mariah, Dr. Aiden cheating on Mariah, and then she letting, friend or not, come stay at her house. Anyways, what else? I need to hurry up. It's getting dark outside. Who is this? Oh, another lady told her on the cast that if they talked to her, they were nervous she would be fired. So it's like they knew that Mariah was going through it, what she was going through with Bravo behind the scenes, but they just didn't care because they didn't want to lose their spot on the show. It's really fucked up and sad when you think about it. Because it's like, girl, y'all don't even really need this money. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all already doctors, y'all are already successful. So even if you did lose this check, like, your life wouldn't have changed because y'all already have a decent life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. I do kind of understand what she says when she talks about Quad not being on the show. Now, I got something for the other girl. Let me say this before I get into what she said. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody who's like, it just amazes me how everybody was Quad should leave the show, Quad should leave the show. But I don't remember hearing that much noise when it came to Phaedra being single on the show. Y'all screamed from the mountaintop that Quad shouldn't be on Married to Medicine, but as soon as Phaedra got on the show, girl, I didn't hear as much noise that I heard when it was Quad. Anyways, she says that Quad just doesn't make sense on Married to Medicine. Because I think in Mariah's head, and it makes sense, in Mariah's head, the show was called Married to Medicine because she really wanted the show she really wanted the cast to represent the title of the show. You know how we watch these other shows, it really don't match the cast? Basketball Wives, ain't nobody know Basketball Wife except for Jackie Christie. Okay? Real Housewives, ain't none of those girls housewives. I think the only one, I'll say out of the shows that I've watched, the franchises that I've watched, the only real true housewife I remember at one point, it was Portia. Portia was the true definition of a housewife. The other girls were not housewives. I think Nene was at one point. I think when the season first started. So there were a few girls who were like the real true definition of a housewife. But for the most part, nobody is a real housewife of nothing. Okay? They're just on the show. But I think I do think a lot of us, including me, are so like detached from like the cast having to, you know, I guess match the title of a show that we don't care. But I guess in Mariah's head, she had a vision for the show. And one of the visions for the show was to bring families, minority families together to show that we can, you know, have it together too. We can, I guess, live in a nice house. We also, you know, are husband and wife and kids. And so her whole thing was like, she just wanted the show to be Married to Medicine. She didn't think, it made sense what she was saying. She didn't think that Quad should have just been kicked off the show once she got a divorce, but she felt like they should have started transitioning her out of the show and then start bringing somebody else in. I was like, okay, I get what she's saying. For her, I get what she's saying. I'm not saying I necessarily agree, but I get where she's coming from. She says that Quad should basically have her own solo show, her own spinoff. You know, what else? She says that she don't know if Quad getting voted off. She doesn't think that Quad is actually gone. Basically, she thinks that the girls are trying to humble Quad, which I do believe that. Now, I definitely believe that. But she don't think that. Basically, she didn't say it, but she think Quad coming back next season. But she don't think that Quad is just gone. She doesn't say whether or not this is Quad's karma. She thinks that all the ladies will come after each other, more than likely. But she did say she didn't like the way they did, how they were messing with Quad's money. Because they know now, now they get paid per episode. I don't feel like getting into that because some people say, oh, that, you know, Heavenly know everybody business. So I don't know. I don't know. Quad signed on for so many episodes this season. I don't know, girl. The icing out stuff. You know, I'm okay. Now this is why I'm gonna contradict myself. I already know. I don't like the icing out stuff. However, when it comes to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I don't mind them saying you don't belong in this group. Sorry, I just don't. But the icing out stuff, it really is kind of, and to me, I don't even think they iced out Monica. Monica just got herself fired. They just wasn't gonna fool with Monica. That was the ultimatum. We're not fooling with that bitch next season. It wasn't no icing out. It was, this is what it is. Okay. But I will say the icing out stuff, it does kind of get, like, it shouldn't even get to that point. Like, if you don't want Quad, and that was my whole thing. Nobody can never say I never said that. It ain't even about Quad getting fired. My whole thing is, it's how y'all did it, right? Y'all flew that girl up to California just to send her back home. If you don't want Quad on the show, just fire the bitch, okay? Just say, girl, you're no longer needed for the show. We don't have to go through this. We shouldn't have to go through this, oh, you don't have an emotional connection to the group, as if y'all have some type of deep emotional connection. That's my other thing too. While I think these women are cool with each other, they can work with each other. That was another one of my issues. The way they were trying to paint it on Married to Medicine this season as if they're this close-knit group, and they are not. That's part of the reason they tried to kick out Quad. I need to get my hair cut. You see how this part right here, it's too short in the front. Anyways, I was about to get worked up, girl. She talks about the altercation that happened at STK. She ain't going into full detail because she knows some of that shit was the truth. I don't give a fuck what Mariah got to say. She said her and Quad didn't get into a fight. She said she tried to get to Quad because Quad threw her purse across the room. But just like Quad, she didn't answer all the questions. Well, she did. She did say she wasn't jealous of Quad. I don't believe that. I believe Mariah was bothered the first season when Quad became the breakout star. I do believe that. I think Mariah was bothered. She's not gonna say it. Who the fuck gonna come out their mouth and say, yeah, I was jealous of so-and-so? Girl. She said the show isn't living up what she wanted it to be. She said it's time to get rid of some of the, it's starting to get dark, I need to hurry up. She said it's time to get rid of some of the ladies, and some of them are one-trick ponies. I thought she was talking about Heavenly. I said this also. Girl, a lot of shit I done said, girl. Do y'all be watching my videos, Mariah? No, girl. But I feel like a lot of us are kind of on the same page. As much as I love Heavenly, I said this season, it's going to start getting tiring when it comes to Heavenly because, girl, we know Heavenly's game. Let's start chaos and confusion with the girls, and that's what it is. And it's kind of like, okay, girl, I don't have to talk about my real life if I just fight with one of these bitches. I do think it's time. Dr. Jackie can go. It's not even about what she said about black women. I just think it's Dr. Jackie's time on the show. Dr. Jackie was needed at the beginning of Married to Medicine because I do believe that some of the women were so ignorant. Who is this? Some of the women were so ignorant that Dr. Jackie was needed to kind of solidify the show as a medical show. But I think now, 10 seasons in, whoever watches Married to Medicine, that's the viewership. I don't see Married to Medicine reaching 1.2 million viewers ever. Whoever watches, even if Mariah and Quad came back next season, it might make it up to 800,000, 900,000. And that's pushing, and that's even pushing it. So I don't think that Dr. Jackie is needed for Married to Medicine anymore. I think Dr. Jackie really could go after the season, Quad as it's kept. She really could. Because we know the ladies, and we know that they're doctors. Even though they drink and curse and do all that carrying on, we know that they're doctors. Oh, Mariah was pissed. She was really pissed off about Heavenly coming to her dressing room and basically vandalizing that poster. She said that poster was $700. It was more so she said it was basically, she always wanted her dressing room to be nice and have a certain, you know, decor and all that stuff, because she says that the reunions be hell on wheels. So when I get out on that stage, I know the function about to come. At least when I get to my dressing room, I want it to be nice. I want to have food and all that stuff, right? So when Heavenly drew on her picture that season, she was really pissed off about that picture. Because she felt like, girl, at least let me have my space. Like, I don't bother nobody. Like, you go over there and I'm going to stay over here. Don't come over here bothering me. Because now we not on stage. We behind stage. I need my space. It made sense what she was saying. It did. She said, y'all be forgetting my name is Lakeisha. That was pretty much it, girl. And then it went off. Who's a real Dr. Carlos says he heard that Dr. Jackie was a real villain, and she said absolutely, abso-fucking-lutely. Girl, that's who Mariah want a piece of Dr. Jackie. Because I told y'all, one of Mariah's real issue with Dr. Jackie is when Dr. Jackie came on season 7 and she didn't, and she go back and watch, just go back and watch, girl, don't even take my word for it. Just go back and watch, I think it was season 7, episode 1, where Dr. Jackie and Heavenly were doing the Open and Honest podcast, and she looked to Dr. Heavenly and she said, how do you feel about how did she say it? I don't want to get my words mixed up. She basically said, girl, how do you feel about Mariah doing drugs? And Mariah didn't like how Jackie said it. Because she didn't say it like allegedly or Quad accused her. She said it like matter of fact. Anyways, Carlos mentioned that at one point on Real Housewives of Atlanta that they started to go down that same path of icing the girls out. And he said he told them, y'all don't cast and y'all don't fire. I get it. I'm not gonna lie. I get it. I do. The whole icing out stuff, it's kind of like, girl, just show up and do your job. Like, y'all want to let these white people use y'all? The only people that get a pass to me is Salt Lake City. That was a whole different situation. And that wasn't even icing out. They just said straight up, bitch, we not filming with her when the season starts. It ain't none of that, oh, let's ice her out. No, we don't like her. We're not filming with her. Sorry. Monica is not no good housewife. Girl. But I get it. Any other situation, I do understand. The icing out stuff is tired laden through. But just let the girls go. It was tired laden through when they did it to Mariah. It was tired laden through when they did it to Quad. When she said, that is not my life. That is not my vice. This is my vice. She was talking about when Quad said that she did a little Cocolina. Who is this? Girl. Oh, they talked about Dr. Heavenly. She says she was watching Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly's show. She said it went from rain. You know Carlos calls his subscribers raindrops. She said it went from raindrops to muddy waters. Ow! She says that Heavenly is good TV when she's a wild card. She says that she thinks Heavenly reads the comments and transforms into what people want her to be. That's what she said. Oh, the whole living at her house stuff. She said that was basically, she said what it was is that Heavenly probably heard her say that Quad's address was her license plate. And somehow, I guess Heavenly twisted that into Quad living with her. But like I told y'all, girl, I don't want to call Dr. Heavenly a liar, but Dr. Heavenly, she does repeat a lot of hearsay. And she repeats the hearsay as if it's the truth. She does it all the time. And I even have to say she do that shit. As if the person who told her whatever the tea was can't be lying to her. Or whoever told them the tea couldn't have been lying to them. So even if somebody came and told somebody who told you, how you know the person who told them wasn't lying? And now you gonna repeat it on your YouTube channel like it's just like it's the gospel. That was pretty much it, girl. She don't miss Quad. She said she used to miss Quad. She don't miss Quad anymore. I mean, girl, it's been a long time since they've been friends, girl. It will make sense. I can see the first year probably or two. But girl, if you ain't been friends with somebody in 3 or 4 years, it's kind of like, okay, girl. It's no shade, but it's kind of like, okay, girl, I ain't seen a health in forever anyways. Anyways, y'all, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. It's starting to get dark. I will see y'all guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Another thing I wanted to add to was with Mariah letting us know that Simone was the one who basically production came to and said that, or NBC Universal, I don't know who it was, that they want her to put the nail in Mariah's coffin. As much as y'all want to, this is okay. Quad definitely got her hands dirty with the whole, icing out of Mariah. With that being said, Mariah and Quad, not to make excuses for Quad, but Mariah and Quad were already in a bad place. So it was nothing for Quad to just say, basically, I ain't been fooling with the heifer anyways. You know what I'm saying? But those who know that Simone was also the one who led that charge. Even if Quad would have said, y'all gonna have to pick or choose who coming up. I know I'm going back seasons before that. But even Simone was always the one who kind of, once it started to be an issue with Quad and Mariah, she was the one who pretty much chose Quad over Mariah. Am I wrong in saying that, y'all? Remember they were at that dinner table and Quad let them know that she didn't want to go on a trip. I think this was when the mess started with Mariah and Quad, like seasons, what, 2, 3? I can't remember. It was years ago, though. And Simone, I think, made the executive decision to say, basically, kind of like Mariah's out of the group trip, I believe. It's been seasons ago. I can't remember. I can't recall all the details. The point I'm trying to make is y'all be want to think that it's Quad, 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 but girl, low key is really Simone, 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 Simone. Hey, hello. And I've been trying to tell y'all that Quad is his kept. Mariah trying to tell y'all that. Girl. Quad low key trying to tell y'all that. And girl, y'all still, whatever hatred y'all have for Quad, y'all want to think Quad is the one running the show. And like I also said, if Quad was really running the show, Quad would still have a fucking job. You can't run the show, and ain't nobody running the show and firing themselves. Especially when you get paid per episode. You think Quad running the show, and she also said, I'm only going to show up on 4 or 5 episodes this season? Like, come on, y'all. That don't even make sense at all. Anyways, that's all I had to say. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.